Look at here, look at here. This guy on your screen is overlooked and underappreciated in NBA history. When you look at the great small forwards that play the game, most would agree. Larry Bird, LeBron James, Dominique Wilkins, Dr. J, Kevin Durant. They top 5 in everybody's book. But you see at that 6th spot, I think that belongs to Rick Barry. ABA legend and NBA legend. This is the Rick Barry story. He was drafted in 1965 by the Warriors at the age of 21. He came into the game right away with great shooting ability and ability to finish at the rim. We all know about his rare free throw shooting style, which he shot 89% and is still top 10 all time in that category. As a rookie, he averaged 26 points per game, 11 rebounds, 2 assists on 44% shooting. You already know he won Rookie of the Year, and he even doubled the Warriors' wins from the previous season, going from 17 to 35 wins. Now you see in the 66-67 season, the legend was born. He averaged 36 points per game, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 45% shooting. He was unstoppable, man. That average is still top 5 in NBA history. The only players to average more is Wilt, MJ, and James Harden. That year, the team won 44 games, swept the Lakers, beat the Hawks in the second round, and they also gave the 68-176ers all they could handle in the NBA Finals, eventually losing 4-2. But that man went off, averaging 41 points per game, 9 rebounds, 3 assists in a losing effort. He was so cold. In Game 5, the man put up 55 points, 12 rebounds. He wasn't the reason they lost. You know, after dominating his first 2 years in the NBA, he wanted a better contract. Sides couldn't come to terms, so he decided to go play for the ABA. Now in the 67-68 season, he had to sit out, but when he returned as a 24-year-old, he played for the Oakland Oaks, and he dominated over there, man. He took a 24-win team to 60 wins, and he averaged 34 points per game, 9 rebounds, 4 assists on 51% shoot. He got hurt that year, but the team still won the chip. After that year, the team moved to Washington. He went over there and dominated, averaging 40 points per game in the playoffs, man. He even had a 52-point game in Game 7 in the playoffs against the Denver Rockets. But it wasn't enough. They eventually lost. But listen to this. A law was passed stating that Rick Barry had to play for the team that drafted him. You know, so back to the NBA he went. And once he got back to the NBA, now a 30-year-old, he was ready to make a statement. In the 74-75 season, the man put up 31 points per game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals. Led the NBA in steals and free throw percentage, and was 6th in the NBA in assists. Legendary year, because in the playoffs, he took care of the Sonics going 4-2, knocked off the Bulls in 7, and he swept the Bullets in the championship, man, and won Finals MVP. The next year, he almost won it again. But he got in a scuffle in the finals in Game 7. He felt his team didn't help him. So, you know, he wanted to teach them a lesson. And he refused to shoot the ball. And the team eventually lost. After that, he had a couple more great seasons. But he never returned to that championship form. Because of that, folks like to say he wasn't a great teammate. But what I have to say on that, he probably wasn't a great teammate. But one thing you can't deny, he was an amazing player. One of the best all-around players to ever play the game. He was fundamentally sound. He had no holes in his game. He could shoot off balance, catch and shoot. He could get to the rim. He was a great passer, and he was willing to play defense, man. Most of his shots was contested. He was a bad boy, ahead of his time. You know, the NBA doesn't acknowledge the ABA stats, but they should. If you add up his ABA and NBA accolades, the man made 10 all-NBA ABA teams. Is a 12-time All-Star, and he's 27th on the scoring list, averaging 25 points per game. The man scored over 25,000 points, 25,279 points to be exact. And I know in the NBA books, they got MJ is the greatest final scorer ever, but that's incorrect. When you look at Rick Barry is the greatest final scorer of all time. He averaged 36.3, which gives him the lead over MJ, man. Rick Barry was cold. Look at him right here on Goodrich. You're too small. Turn around jumper. All in your face. The man was a bad boy, man. Anyone know me know I'm an MJ fan. Rick Barry was that dude, man.